How good is Canyon's cheapest road bike? Today, we'll find out. This is a German company, brand new Endurace AllRoad. It costs £950 and you get, for that money, an aluminium frame, carbon fibre fork, a Shimano CUES 2x10 group set with mechanical shifting and hydraulic disc brakes, space of 40mm wide tyres with a 35mm Schwalbe tyre fitted, mounts for extra bags, fenders and rear rack, and high quality finishing parts from Canyon. Now, this review is not sponsored by Canyon at all. The bike will go back to Canyon after this review has finished. So the Endurace name suggests the geometry of the bike is more relaxed than a race bike. It fits in their endurance category, so a higher stack and a shorter reach. So the handlebars are effectively higher and closer to your body, so you're not as stretched out as you would be on a race bike. And then the AllRoad is really interesting too. We have space for 40mm wide tyres. That means you could fit a gravel tyre and go off-roading and gravelling if you want, or stick to 35mm wide tyres for country lanes and commuting through a city, or go to a narrower slick tyre for more road riding duties. So really versatile, capable bike for riding whatever you want, from sporties, grand fondos, to touring, commuting, and also light gravel off-roading as well. And in some ways, it's a spiritual successor to the Grail AL that launched back in 2019, that I reviewed when I was at Road CC. And that really has similar tyre clearance and geometry to the bike here. But back then it was called Gravel, now it's called AllRoad, and shows how much the whole gravel scene has moved on and how this AllRoad has come in to fit that space once occupied by gravel bikes. So, but ignore the name, it's a really versatile, highly capable bike for whatever riding you want to do on a bike. The bike comes in 7 sizes, so a nice size range for lots of people to hopefully fit this new bike. This, for your reference, is a size medium, and I'm 181 centimeters tall, and I ride a medium in all Canyon road and gravel bikes, so the fit should be pretty good. £1,000 is still a lot of money, but here in the UK, the £1,000 road bike price point has been a very popular one for 2 reasons. Firstly, it was the limit for the Cycle to Work scheme, so bike brands really worked hard on making their £1,000 offering a really compelling and really performance-focused package. And secondly, it's what you might call the entry to a proper road bike. If you are stepping up to a more serious road bike, you've been riding road bikes for a few years on a cheaper entry-level bike and decided to spend a bit more money, invest a bit more in your cycling hobby, and £1,000 you get a serious step up in components, features and performance with a lighter weight frame, that light carbon fork, high quality gears, hydraulic disc brakes, high quality hubs and wheels. So a real step up from what you might expect at £400 or £500. And really beyond this, you're really looking at incremental gains and improvements over the bike you have here. So Canyon is a brand well known for offering excellent value for money because they sell direct. You go to their website, choose a bike you want, and a few days or weeks later, a box arrives requiring some assembly. But fear not, much easier than building any IKEA furniture in my experience. And the company even has videos on their website to follow to make building a bike much easier. But definitely downside, versus going to your local bike shop and seeing the bike in the flesh or built up for you, ride around the car park to check the size and fit if you're lucky, and then walking out the shop with said bike. So pros and cons to buying direct versus from your local bike shop, and you'll know which is right for you. But buying direct from Canyon does mean get a really well spec bike for the money. This new group set is really interesting. It's Shimano's new CUES lineup and replaces everything below 105 mechanical. So think Sora, Claris and Tiagra, and it's the Japanese company's attempt to remake their range simpler. So here we have mechanical shifting, so no batteries to worry about, and hydraulic disc brakes, which are great to get on a bike costing as much. Mechanical disc brakes are more popular at low price points, but the power just doesn't compare to hydraulic disc brakes. We have a 10-speed cassette with a nice wide range 1139. That 39 there should help you on the big climbs you might be tackling on such a bike, with a compact chainset on the front with a 50-34 tooth pairing. And while there's an interesting battle at the top end of the group set wars between Shimano, SRAM with electronics and all that stuff going on, at the lower end, Shimano really do conquer this market and make fantastic group sets. Super reliable, easy adjustment, and really nice ergonomics from the hoods as well. And it looks really good. I think it's a good looking group set and looks good on this bike as well. If you are watching this video with a view to possibly buying the bike, then let me assure you it does ride extremely well. An easy bike to get on and feel right at home on. Really nice fit, definitely more relaxed than a race bike, which I think is perfectly suited to the bike, but a bike that can grow with you. So for example, I would swap to a longer stem for my fit requirements, but the relaxed Geo gives you more comfort on long rides or commutes or whatever you're doing with the bike. And the contact points are fantastic as well. Really comfy saddle, nice thick bar tape, nice handlebar shape, definitely a bit wider than the trend for aero, but I don't mind that on this type of bike. You know, 5 years ago, this would have been a gravel bike, but here we are as an all-road bike. How times have changed, but what it means is you can ride off-road. I'm not sure about proper chunky gravel, but dirt tracks, bridleways, where it's dry and relatively smooth, with these 35mm white tyres, yeah, just fine. Handles this stuff really well. So I can see it being a light gravel bike, bit of bike packing, bit of mixed terrain riding, and with different tyres you can easily tune it to be a better gravel bike than it is in current trim. It's worth mentioning that if you are going gravel riding, then the Grizzle 5, costing £500 more, would be a better choice, with an alloy frame and carbon fork accommodating up to a 15mm wide tyre and coming spec'd with 45mm wide tyres as standard, and many more bike packing mounts and a 1x wide range gear setup. And that underlying gravel DNA of the bike does give great stability. We have quite a long wheelbase and a slack head angle, or slacker than a race bike. So it's very calm, very measured. It's not a super darty rocket ship of a bike. It's very easy to ride at any speeds and just makes riding a bike as simple as it is and should be. Now, the frame material, aluminium, does give a harder ride than carbon fibre, not as compliant, but I wouldn't know it from riding it. It's remarkably smooth. It's clear the combination of the wide tyres at nice low pressures, the deeply padded saddle, and the very cushioned bar tape does a lot to hide, conceal the inherent stiffness of the aluminium frame. So it does ride very smoothly indeed. I'm really actually shocked at how smooth it is. I came into review open-minded as always, but expecting to say it's hard and firm and harsh, but it's not. It rides as well as my old CAD 12, which is one of the best aluminium frames ever made. So it's definitely not a jackhammer on rough roads. It's only if you go off-road on very dry, crusty ground like right now in the UK that you really notice how stiff the frame is. But with space for a 40mm wide tyre, you can easily go to a bigger tyre and really get a smooth, comfy, compliant ride, whether for gravel or commuting or doing Grand Fondos. Those new Pirelli 40mm wide tyres on their bike would be a handsome combination indeed. But are there any negatives? Well, a couple maybe. It's a shame the tyres aren't tubeless ready, and with their wire bead, they're also heavy at 550 grams each, so an easy upgrade option in the future. There's no lightweight bike, but at the price point it's par for the course, and yeah, it's not heavy in the grand scheme of things. You won't get anything lighter for your money, really, at the price point, so hard to really complain about the weight of a bike costing £1,000 or just under £1,000. The wheels aren't the smoothest or the prettiest in the world, certainly no Klein, but built to a price point and it's functional rather than pretty or elegant. And for me, the stem is a little too short for my preferred fit, but quite easy to change with the stem swap you can do at home quite easily. And if you're being really fussy, if you're an aero geek, which you're probably not at a price point, the handlebars are a bit on the wide side, but the handlebar width is okay for a bike of the price point and intended customer, in my opinion. And riding this bike has been my first experience of Shimano's new CUES group set, but it just feels like Shimano, which is to say excellent shifting, fantastic refinement, good ergonomics, nice powerful hydraulic disc brakes, just works really well. Good gear range, that 1139 cassette is definitely appreciated by me on a steep climbs, but I think the compact, the 5034 could be smaller, in my opinion, for the person buying the bike. But it is a bit of an odd name, isn't it? CUES. Doesn't roll off the tongue as well as Claris or Sora or Tiagra, 105 or Ultegra. But there we go, name aside, it's a fantastic group set. The only real annoyance with a group set is how much it rattles when riding off-road. It's a bit noisy, a bit clattery when riding over bumpy ground. But on the road it's all quiet and fine. The gears sneak up and down a cassette very quietly, very cleanly. Just riding off-road it's a bit noisy, the chain does bounce around a little bit. So, how good is Canyon's cheapest road bike? Well, I think it's really blooming good. It offers a lot of performance and a lot of capability and versatility for the price, and does compare well to other bikes in this price range. And price aside, it rides extremely well, and with a few changes it would easily almost embarrass bikes costing a lot more money. There are a few things I mentioned earlier that I could complain about, but really they're small issues in the bigger picture of a bike that does ride and deliver fantastic performance for somebody stepping up to a proper road bike, a serious road bike that has the potential to take you a long way into your cycling journey, and a bike that can evolve with you with upgrades, wheels, tyres, stems down the line. And it would be a bike that wouldn't be embarrassed by having some high quality components on it, and yeah, would definitely give you many years of happy cycling, whatever your cycling looks like. It's kind of funny that 5 years ago this was a gravel bike and now it's all-road, but all-road does better describe the all-road capability of the bike. Road, gravel, dirt, everything in between. So yeah, well played, Canyon. As I said earlier, this video is not sponsored by Canyon at all. After this video goes live, the bike goes back to them in the box it arrived in. Got any questions? If you're considering buying a bike and there are questions I've not answered in today's review, then feel free to drop a comment down below. But I've been David, thanks for watching. I'll see you again very soon.